Hey guys, it's me Mr. 250 and welcome back to Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. 11 p.m. sounds like a good time to play, kind of ridiculous, spooky, supernatural game. So, if you remember last time, we ran into our sister somehow, and everything, seems really good and everything. Let's see, backlog. Don't get lost anymore. We sit upright and reach for a hand. I hear the sound of something falling down with a clatter. We took Mari's hand last time, ended up at the bottom of some spooky supernatural ocean, and well, that's all, folks. But instead, let's wait. Drawn to the sound, I look down at my feet. The keychain with the droplet and the starfish. That precious memory for Mari and I. That unstable bridge connecting Himeno and I. This keychain is a sticker with a picture printed on it, attached to its back, so it probably isn't Mari's, but it has the same shape. Sorry, Mari. I've been regretting not trading you the jellyfish keychain this whole time. I got hung up on something so petty, so... No, that whole thing, it doesn't matter. Huh? Oh, good. Let's start off with the crackly music. I like that one. In Mari's words, I withdraw the hand I hold out to her. Just now, Mari said, it doesn't matter. Not, don't worry about it, or it's not important. She declared it nonchalantly, with that smile she always wears. My heart resounds with a loud thump. At that moment, Himeno's words float through my mind. For argument's sake, even if this Mari girl is here, she would have grown in 5 years, and her clothes wouldn't be the same. It's summer, so she wouldn't be wearing a coat. Moreover, all of a sudden that floating sensation disappears, and instead I feel the impact of falling to the ground. In reality, I had been sitting, so my fall was more like tipping over. This isn't right. What's wrong, big sister? Let's go. Well, who wants to bet that, yeah, I need to remember to save here. Who wants to bet that okay, I'll go is gonna get us killed? Yeah, might as well. Might as well get at least one death in here. Probably a very similar death, I'm sure. I squeeze Mari's hand tight. For a moment, my vision becomes ultramarine. Oh no, we did it again! Oh, who would have guessed that one? Huh? Without knowing why, I can no longer breathe, like the ones I've experienced numerous times. It's one of the phenomena that happens at this aquarium. This isn't a situation that I can analyze calmly. Somehow I have to get out of here. As I think this, I flail my arms and legs about. My body is no longer standing on the floor of the aquarium. I'm in the ocean or a lake, some kind of body of water. Mari, where is Mari? Turning around and around, I search for her. Ow! I soon find Mari. Her eyes are wide open and she floats about lifelessly. Huh? In the depths of my heart, I feel as if I'm falling into despair. Who wants to bet that maybe, obviously, it doesn't seem like things went well for Mari, but who wants to bet that maybe she, encountered a similar fate to this? And she's just sort of drowning in the ocean, and the Mari that we found is some sort of evil entity, once again, very much like Corpse Party-esque. And she's just trying to draw more people into it. Just like the girl who was murdered, Mari's dead. She's dead. No! When I scream, I spew out the last of my oxygen, causing it to bubble in the water. Mari. At the base of Mari's throat, there are red scars. Mari didn't just drown to death. Mari was... Even as I realize this, I'm losing consciousness. Red scars, is that talking like her throat was slit, or are we talking like she was choked? Though then again, getting choked doesn't exactly make red scars. It just makes, a lot of bruising. Bright red. This place is a world of bright red. within this bright red world, I wait for someone to come visit me. You've come. Yes, that's right. Someone has gotten lost. If the person is still living, we have to retrieve their soul. And that way we maintain this deep red world. Yeah, definitely seems like some sort of malevolent spirit. And I got another achievement. What's that achievement for? It's called Blue. Complete 25% of bad endings. Oh man, we're trucking along. Yeah, it definitely seems like, you know, maybe Corpse Party-esque, there's some malevolent spirit that's keeping everything kind of running. And it wants to get more souls or something. Which works pretty well for this girl, because she's able to use Mari's image to draw her in. Anyway, I expected that was going to happen. Seemed very likely. This isn't right. Himeno's words vividly rushed to my mind. Surely Himeno has saved me, because now I can clearly see the form of that thing before me. You're not Mari. No matter what, Mari was never the type of girl to say, it doesn't matter. Not to mention that the keychain had been so important to us. I can't see her declaring that something like that doesn't matter. What are you saying, big sister? I'm Mari. I'm Mari. When Mari refers to herself as I, she always drags it out. As I get up, I announce this to that thing before me. That's the thing. Oh no, we figured it out. Oh no, there's gonna be spooky images. Oh, please. Please, not too spooky. Oh, she's goopy! The girl's body begins to become blurry, like a staticky image. I realize I can no longer look directly at her. I knew it. You're not Mari after all. You have fish hair. You're like oh, what are they? It's not Medusa. What is? Oh, we know Medusa. Medusa's the thing with the snake hair. So this is like fish Medusa with fish hair. Muddy is probably a fitting term here. The thing that had been Mari up to a short time ago begins to melt, transfiguring itself from one clump into countless fish. The fish begin swimming in the air without water. This pattern of behavior is bad. If I get caught up in this bizarre phenomenon, then I'm sure to drown in this place with nothing. I have to get away. As I mumble this, I search for a door. If I can go through a door, I should be able to escape the phenomenon in front of me. Mari. Saying I wouldn't regret leaving them is a lie. But that thing, it isn't Mari. It's just an aggregation of fish. I can't be deceived by them and lose sight of my precious goal. I was so naive. Fine, even so it's fine. It happened somehow. If I have time to get down about it, then I just need to not let it happen next time. There won't be a next time. I will save her no matter what. Finding a door as I run away, I throw it open with great force. And she did a tremendous job of not chasing us down. Just like, oh no, she's getting away. I think that was something that happened a while ago. About a year ago. It was something that happened in the summer. During a break when I was looking over my notes for a quiz or something. Hey, you. Keep this in mind. What? A girl from my class suddenly came to my seat, kicking my desk as she yelled at me. She was unexpectedly strong, the notes and stationery on my desk scattering about. She was like a leader in our class, a part of the largest group. Having almost never spoken to her, I had no memory of ever making her mad. Unable to get mad, I was merely bewildered. Then Himeno showed up and, with her face downcast, picked up my stationery. Sorry, it's my fault. Your fault? A girl from that group invited me to round 1 this Sunday, but I turned her down. That was the day Himeno and I had made plans to go to the movies. Indeed, I was able to more or less understand what had happened. When she asked me why, I told her I already had plans with you. Of course I hesitated to tell her that, you know? But she was persistent. But you could have gone. That girl's group was big. If there was an event or something, basically the whole class went with them. But it wasn't strictly a good thing. Their group pride was as great as their group mentality. The girl that had come over a few minutes earlier was particularly striking. I'd like to go, Mayu. You should know you take priority. But if you turn them down, they won't invite you anymore, will they? If their pride was really that high, then that's how it would be. I heard that, except for that girl is the leader and the two others, people were regularly being brought in and thrown out of the group. It wasn't something I cared to hear about. But the bad things girls who had been kicked out said regularly found their way into my ears. Yeah, I won't be invited anymore for sure. What? But that means... I saw it as a disadvantage for Himeno, who loved going to events. Like, she could have had an advantage getting elected to executive committees for things like the culture festival, or the sports festival, or getting votes for a program or something. It may sound like a discussion of politics, but ever since reaching junior high, things have had this kind of mysterious flow to them. Anyway, I was the one who turned her down. It's not some form of discrimination, I just didn't like them from the start. As she readily declared this, there wasn't a hint of doubt in Himeno's face. This kind of thing happened several more times until now. Cheerful and fun to be with, beautiful Himeno was also popular with her classmates. Since I was always with her, there were plenty of instances of jealousy. But from what I saw, Himeno didn't discriminate against anyone or try to butter them up, just like with the girl from that group. I often asked Himeno, why are you friends with me? Is that really something you need to ask? More importantly, it's not like I'm being your friend as some kind of favor. I'm your friend because it's fun. Okay? Every time I asked, Himeno laughed it off. I really loved the smile she gave me at those times. Once again, I've entered a passageway behind the tanks. I thought it would get me to the Fish of the World booth, but I was probably led astray while I was out of it. Anyway, I should get going. If another something borrows Mari's form and attacks me like earlier, I don't know if I can defend myself against it. Safe no longer means anything, so I should speed through the passageway. Upon looking at the map, I see that there appears to be a room at the end of the passage. Just as I expected, there are 3 doors before me. I have no choice but to take them one by one. The first being... I don't really think we have, any real indication of one being safer than the other. That I can tell, anyway. Let's try director's office. This is the director's office. I mumble while looking up at the words written on the sign above the door. This door's appearance differs greatly from the doors of the storeroom and the reference room, with red ornaments decorating it. Even if there had been no sign, I would have known this room belonged to someone important on first glance. The atmosphere from out here also seems to have a heavy air to it. It's as if I'm standing before the door of a school principal. I don't go in and see, I really won't learn anything just staring in from out here. The obvious truth is that I already possess the courage to go through with this. Keeping an eye out for any phenomena while coming through the door, I push on the heavy door. The door makes a scuffing sound on the floor as I open it. Ooh. Is that an aquarium to his back, or what is that? That would actually be super chill to have an office that had an aquarium behind it like that. Please excuse my intrusion. It's not as if anyone would be in here, but without thinking the words come out. An elegant desk and chairs are situated at the center of the director's office, and bookshelves run along the walls without a gap in between. The main wall when looking from the entrance is a giant tank. Ah, that's cool. Made of translucent acrylic material. No one can argue that this room isn't also one of the aquarium displays. The room is perfectly in order, giving me a sense of who the director is from the way their desk is. More than just neurotic, they don't seem to have left even one speck of dust. There doesn't seem to be anything particularly strange, does there? Just as I mutter this, I notice a map on top of the desk. In this neat and tidy room, only the top of the desk appears to be a work in progress. This is... After moving aside a book that appears to be in use as a weight, I find a map of the aquarium. This one is different from the one I picked up at the stage. The design seems older, and the publication date is from 5 years ago. 5 years ago? It's not as if I can ignore that number. It's when everything started for Manton Aquarium, and for me. Inside the map, I discover one defining difference. The deep sea fish booth. That place that was closed down 5 years ago is recorded on this map. Could this be... It seems that the deep sea fish booth was just after coming out of the tunnel. However, it's strange. I've been to that area several times, but there's only a long wall. There's no trace of anything else. It seems that when it was closed down, they filled in the wall. It wasn't like that from the start. Questions arise within me as I consider this. If where I am now is 5 years in the past, then I should be able to get to the deep sea fish booth. Huh. This line... As I repeatedly look over the map, I spot one red line. The line extends from the deep sea fish booth all the way up to a circle at the top of the map where there's nothing else. The staff passageway connects to the deep sea fish booth. My idea is seemingly confirmed. I nod without realizing it. The deep sea fish booth is the only place in this aquarium I haven't seen yet. Surely Manton Aquarium's secrets will be there. Just a little further, and I can finally reach it. This is... As I trace my finger along the map, I mentally position the boots in the aquarium on it. Come out of the tunnel tank and turn right, and the Fish of the World booth should be there. Go in a straight line immediately after turning left at the passageway behind that, then take another left and there's the director's office. In other words, if going straight through as the map says, this office is just past the tunnel tank. In between the tunnel tank and the director's office is situated the deep sea fish booth. So then, this room with the red circle is here. The director's office is directly connected to the deep sea fish booth. Since there's nothing written in the map's blank spaces save for the red circle, I think it's safe to say it's the room I'm in right now. I stop looking at the map and begin to glance around the room. There's nothing but bookshelves along the walls, even though there should be something leading to the deep sea fish booth. The tank. Looking at the tank in the interior of the room, I mutter, surely there should be something within the tank. I can't swim through the tank and reach the deep sea fish booth. I'll have to look around the room again more thoroughly. just as I was about to look around the room, I spot a picture frame on the desk. It is of two people standing side by side, but it's probably been stretched from its original resolution, making it hard to clearly distinguish the faces. Why would you do that? Why would you distort a perfectly good picture? However, they are familiar. Ah! As I'm exploring the desk, I discover something of a metal frame below it. About 50 centimeters all around, the parts and materials on the inside are different. On one side of it, I find a collapsible handle. This is... I put my hand on the thing that looks like a handle with the intent to pull it out. Stop! Huh? Without thinking, I look over my shoulder for the voice that seems to come from nowhere. That was... just my imagination, right? Even if not my imagination, it wouldn't be the first time here at Manton Aquarium. If mocking me as I try to find an explanation for it, the voice continues even louder with, "Stop it!" I have to ignore it. If I want to get away from this voice, I have to keep going. I shut my eyes and pull harder. At the same time, the ground trembles with a clatter. I can hear the sound of the room creaking. I open my eyes and look at one of the legs on the desk. It's shaking. An earthquake? In a normal earthquake, I would just stay under the desk, but right now I chose not to. I poke my head out to check on the rest of the room. The bookshelves, everything on top of the desk, even the water in the tank is shaking. I prepare myself for the possibility of the tank rupturing, but it is a needless worry. I become aware of one strange fact. This shaking isn't a natural phenomena, because the place where I'm standing isn't shaking at all. Leave! As the voice echoes, the shaking of the furniture grows stronger. Still, that's the only thing. Leave now! The frequency of the voice echoing from out of nowhere is steadily increasing as well. I can't leave yet. Leave! I don't know if my words are getting through. As if in agreement, the vibration of the furniture grows more violent as the mysterious voice's strength increases. I will leave. I am leaving. But I will only leave with Himeno. Instinctively, I give voice to my determination. I have no choice but to move on. I sit down once again and reach for the handle under the desk. Kya! At that moment, my body suddenly flipped backwards. It's not that I tumbled on my own, but it felt more like I was pulled by an invisible hand, made out of fish. I won't give up. I won't give up. Leave, leave, leave. No, I won't. Once more, my face is pushed close to the floor. My vision is concentrated on the small handle. My hand could easily reach it, but... Kya! My body is once again knocked back by this unknown force. It doesn't matter how many times It doesn't matter how many bad experiences I've had up to this point. Surely with just one more step, I can reach this unknown territory. What if there's nothing there? No, there has to be. This force trying to stop me is proof of that. Even if there's nothing there, I will leave here together with Himeno. I'm no longer the me who knew nothing. Even if I have to drag Himeno behind me, I will find a safe way out and leave this place no matter what. So I absolutely must keep going. At that moment, there's a pulsation. It isn't my heartbeat, but the entire room pulsating with a loud thump. What? Is something else happening now? At that moment, the shaking of the furniture stops. In exchange, my own heart is pumping blood rapidly through my body with a pa-thump, pa-thump. All the lights in the room go out, and it becomes pitch black. I use my hands to feel for the handle on the floor, but I can't seem to find it. Oh no! Red, that's evil, this light. I phosphorescent red light begins to shine through the tank inside the director's office. The water inside the tank becomes illuminated with that red color, faintly lighting the whole room. The red light seems to be corroding the entire room, little by little. Fish! How? Fish swimming in the air began to penetrate the room. Oh no, not again, the swimming fish! Swimming inside of the red light. Fish swimming where there's no water. Probably a major misunderstanding I've had here in Manton Aquarium. This red light is water. The room quickly fills with light. If the room fills with water, I'll drown. Staying in this room in this state is dangerous. No boy, let's stick around. I want to die. I like dying. I think that'll be about as much as we can get in. So let's stick around. I can't give up. Courage springs up from within me. If I'm going to escape from this Manton Aquarium with Himeno, I have to overcome this obstacle. Going from midair to underwater, I have to overcome this nightmare trying to force me to drown to death. I've escaped so many times and been rescued from the brink of death. However, I won't lose anymore. The red light is eroding the room and numerous fish are swimming. When I saved that girl, I overcame a similar obstacle. By knowing something by chance about a creature's habitat, I was able to do something about the situation. However, I can't use the same method here. There are no machines, and there are too many varieties of fish for me to know about them. Moreover, I need to find a more basic solution. That girl, whose name I don't even know, she talked about a grudge. There were 2 cases, a murder investigation and a mass culling involving this malice. By a murder, could she have meant the director's accident? Sure, we'll do another save. I might as well just start saving at every one. I mean, I've got what, like 100 saves I can make? The director's accidental death was caused by the error in the deep sea fish booth that also caused all those other deaths. Either way, what if it wasn't an accident? What if the whole thing was targeted at someone? I can see what caused the closing down of Manton Aquarium. The bitter intent against the one who killed them. In other words, regret and a grudge. I bore great fear and anxiety towards Manton Aquarium. But if my way of thinking is correct, then what I should be afraid of isn't the aquarium, but the deceased that have taken on its form. Maybe so. There are so many rumors, though. Seeing a man's ghost in the tanks, the deep-sea fish booth being open only on the day of a full moon, all of the water changes into blood, or that you can hear crying from the backs of the tanks. Himeno's words from that lunch break long ago all come back to me now. The director, you! As if agreeing with my conjecture, the red light grows more dense and it becomes hard for me to breathe. So are we saying the malevolent spirit or whatever, the thing that's causing all this stuff to happen, is the director? The dead director? I don't have time. With just one more step, I should be able to overcome this phenomena. Oh god, yeah, give me choices. I love choices. I'm sure like 3 of these turn to death. Well, what would reaching for my pocket do? Let's reach for the top of the desk, why not? Almost subconsciously, I reach for the top of the desk. My fingertips brush the wooden frame of the picture, then struggle against the water's resistance, and pull it down. I've seen this picture somewhere before. I have. I let go of the picture frame and steadily floating about, try to gain control of my body and reach into my pocket. Relying on the tactile feedback from my fingers, I search my pocket. This is it! What I pull out is the keychain with the starfish attached. Stuck to the back is a sticker picture of the man and the little girl. Director, if you can hear me from somewhere, watch this. A bubble as big as my mouth leaps out. The red bubble rises up through the interval between the air and the water. I cover my nose and mouth with my left hand and hoist the keychain high. My lungs are at their limits. The results of my defiance will be life or death. If conviction is nothing more than a mistake, I die by suffocation. However, this is the last bit of air in my lungs. The last bit of air in my lungs. This little red bubble climbing to the heavens, along with my memories. The inside of my head is becoming murky. There isn't enough oxygen. I'll die. In just a matter of seconds, I will drown to death. Stop this, Father! In time with a girl's voice, I feel the pain of my body crashing into the ground. We'll leave it there. I'm gonna slightly cliffhanger it, sorry. Oh, so based on what we have so far, just as a quick recap, it seems like there's some malevolent spirit causing all this, possibly the director, who I guess is a little bit upset that he got killed. Something related to the deep sea fish booth. We'll probably have to play more to get more than that out of it, though. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. Bye!